Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode, man. What's up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of Time Out with Trouble, the podcast, aka Time Out Tonight. It is your host, the one and only Treble J, man. Casual conversations across the nation. Cool vibes weekly, man. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? As y'all know, been going for about a week, man. Steadily on the grind. I can't, stress that enough. That the grind will always continue. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what particular lane you in, no matter what skill set, no matter what career path, you know what I'm saying? The grind is all a part of the game. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Vitally important for y'all to understand that period. And if you're somebody that feel like, you know what I'm saying, hard work is challenging to you, then hey, you know what I'm saying, you gotta begin to understand that that's just the way of life. You feel me? You got to grind for certain things, you gotta put in the work, even when you got certain resources and you capitalize off them resources, you feel what I'm saying, you still gotta put in that groundwork. And nothing comes to anybody easy. As long as y'all know and understand that, as you go on this journey of life and you know that you got to put in work with a lot of things that you pursue and a lot of things that you do, life would be a lot more simpler, man. You know what I'm saying? Or just understanding too what you really value. I feel like with everything that's been going on behind the scenes, the most important things of value, I feel like that has nothing to do with material things. You feel what I'm saying? More so from a mentality and maturity, I'm beginning to understand that, you know what I'm saying, till its fullest. When a lot of people, I kind of understand that dynamic now. When a lot of like older people or the elderly or, you know what I'm saying, the wise begin to tell you about the things that are more important, in life, like as you get older or as you begin the process and not just look at all like the glitz and the glam or, the even success to a certain degree in some type of monetary gain. You begin to enjoy life, you know what I'm saying? Simply is what it is, enjoying life. And even through the obstacles, even through the setbacks, even through the ups and the downs, you feel what I'm saying? You still continue to enjoy life on a daily basis and you still continue to, just have faith and understanding that, hey, even throughout this journey, I'm going to still enjoy it to the fullest and I'm going to have a great time, you know, valuing life and appreciating the good things that come with life. So, as y'all know, man, you feel me? I needed a break. I needed a solid break for sure to get a lot of things together, you know what I'm saying, to collect my thoughts, to really have a strong reset and, evaluate a lot of things too as well. Because I jumped into the space, I feel like, which was still great with y'all, you know what I mean, getting on a nightly basis, on a live format, and, just kind of jumping into the content heavy, which is always cool to do. Definitely understand that 100%. But I had to really realize and understand, you know what I'm saying, the true value of like what my content truly is about having a in-depth conversations about the quality of the topics that I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, even when it comes to the stuff that's trending to a degree, what's really true to me. And I was getting a lot of good feedback about that. And I do feel like I gotta give y'all the authentic conversations, man. So just moving forward. Maybe on occasion I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we'll go back to the live format, but I do wanna, had that anticipation a lot more now for a lot of my episodes, man. And moving forward, that's gonna be the strong factor within that. So still a couple of episodes, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week, but had that anticipation there, man. The value of really waiting, you know what I'm saying, for the content in its entirety, from the clips to the key moments of the conversation to the guest, the whole nine. And you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate doing this. I really love being in this space. And I'm back, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs a break. Everybody got to recollect their thoughts, man. Shouts out to everybody that's in the podcast space. Shouts out to the podcasts that are continuing to grow. Whether you're from the ground up or you at the top, whatever the case may be, this is a great space to be in for good conversations. You know what I'm saying? Good advice, good approaches to conversation, good opinions, the whole nine. It's highly valued and highly important, you know what I'm saying, to speak on that, man. But within that time, man, I watched something real dope. And I kind of want to get into that, man. If any of y'all got Netflix or watch Netflix consistently or really pay attention to that top 10 list, man, I came across Supercell. There's been a lot of talk about Supercell. You feel what I'm saying? There's been great conversations about it. Um, just with the concept. I think it was from South London, black superheroes. Just a real different dynamic of the typical shows that we used to. So it caught my attention. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, let me watch the show. I didn't know how long it was, so you know what I'm saying. I'm the type of person I I kind of evaluate the show or the movie before I watch it. So I went on there. Okay, it was 6 episodes, just one season. Cool, that's perfect for me because when I want to binge watch a show, I truly binge watch the show. You feel what I'm saying? I want to lock in on that particular show. Let me get through that. Whether it take a couple of days, 1 day, 2, 3 days, whatever the case may be. Let me lock in on the depth of this show and really get into it. And I gotta say, man, it was a 10 out of 10 for me for sure. It was a great show. So coming into it, and then I watched a lot of the backstory out there, y'all. So if y'all, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube and they do the interviews and they do a lot of the stuff with the cast, and basically it was called Supacell. So you feel what I'm saying? And something that goes around in the black community a lot with sickle cell. It was flipped more so in a dynamic way of, using it as a superpower. So I felt like that was real dope that they came with that concept, man. And just having the main character, Michael, pretty much within the situation of having the power to control time and space. So that was dope. Even coming into it, because the part that got me that was really fire, and I feel like a lot of y'all have already watched it to a degree that was really fire, was that when he went to make that delivery, before he even knew the other four that was supposed to help him, you know what I'm saying, on the journey with the Supercell journey. I felt like it was real dope to see that once he had got stabbed by Taser, who was gonna end up, you know what I'm saying, actually teaming up with him, and then that flashback happened, that was dope. And I kind of like that it didn't kick in for a lot of them with each person's superpower to a degree until something I felt like detrimental happened or something major happened to the degree where they had to be like, okay, we got to let it kick in. And then on top of that, learn how to control it because I get it. You feel what I'm saying? When it comes to that particular type of situation, and you know what I'm saying, it's a skill set or it's a superpower, as you may think, you know what I'm saying? It was important to see that they had to learn how to control how to use it. And that it wasn't just at the snap of a finger until they all got into a particular space of knowing that, okay, this is my superpower. I can either do good or bad with it. You feel what I'm saying? And I can be able to control it and navigate through it this way. And it was a real dope show because each episode was basically the storyline or the backstory of each of the characters into that final season. You know what I'm saying? When they went against the final boss, well, not the head boss because they went into that too. So it was dope. The telekinesis was fire. You know what I'm saying? With Sabrina, that was dope. You had Rodney, I think, with super speed. You had Taser with invisibility. You had Andre with super strength. And like it just all tied together. I love the show dynamic, man, and just how all the superpowers occur. Even at the beginning, which I didn't even know, which made it even doper, y'all, was at the beginning when they had that was Tazar's mom at the beginning. So when she was trying to escape the facility, because if they had superpowers, they was keeping them locked up, basically in like this lab, trying to monitor them, control them, the whole nine. And on top of that, the daughter was down there too. You feel what I'm saying too as well. Her name was Jasmine. The daughter was down there, and she had the power to heal. So in that case, I see they wasn't gonna let her go at all. Or the whole point of trying to keep Jasmine is because she can heal the soldiers and she can do certain things under their control too. So I was like, wow, like that's crazy that she had that power because Rodney had a power similar to that, but more so to heal himself. So super fast healing and super speed, which made sense. So you know what I'm saying? Within a blink of an eye, instead of taking months to heal, broken limb, got burnt, whatever the case may be, or stabbed, whatever. Like I noticed that he had a fast pace, you know what I'm saying, power to heal. So overall, it was dope. And the part that really tied into it that brought like the romantic aspect and still the action aspect was like the dynamic that Michael had with his girl, man. And, fiance pretty much in that sense. And that he went to the vision of knowing that, hey, within a couple of months from this date now, they gonna come and try to take over and try to take y'all to this lab, try to take over the world, you know what I'm saying? All of that. And you got to be able to team together with all four of these people to be able to bring y'all together to be able to stop it. And the whole thing was that his fiance was going to pass away and his fiance was going to die. So he had to put all them together because he jumped into the future and saw this. And I feel like it's a dope superpower to have, if that was ever really possible. But at the same time, it's like, wow, man, like when you see certain stuff happen to that degree, especially when it's not to the benefit of you of seeing something in the future, that could take a heavy burden on you. And I like how, you know what I'm saying, they had him as a strong character in there too, like fighting for that. Because at one point you gotta remember Tazar had, stabbed him at one point. Even though, you know what I'm saying, he flashed back to it as if it never happened, like the controlled time, he did. And then coming across everybody else, Sabrina was in the same house that he used to drop packages off with the daughter. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, not with the daughter, with the sister the whole time. It's like everybody in a lap to a degree. When he went to the restaurant, Andre had came into the restaurant multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Even Rodney had passed him when Rodney was trying to sell him the drugs and stuff on there. So everybody crossed paths without really knowing that everybody was going to need each other in the end, you know what I'm saying, as a superpower. And I thought it was great. It was dope. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, man. It was a fire show, you know, real dope show overall. The storyline hit because I like how they kind of broke down, you know, I like how they kind of broke down everybody's character within the episode because you kind of seen like how they power came together. You feel what I'm saying? That was the coolest part. So that not only did they have what they have, but like how did it come together? And then what point within the storyline when everybody had everything happen to them, you feel what I'm saying? What made them trigger their powers? Because that was a dope part. That was the most important part, I think, that, you know what I'm saying, made the most sense with that too, is that trying to pull up the cast here for y'all. Energy Hunter, Gabriel, Charles Barron, Victoria. So Victoria Cash was the actual. I see she was the actual villain or the head boss on there. If y'all know, she was the head boss for sure. And then Crazy, man, Crazy was dope too. So kind of find out. That's why I said the show was dope too, y'all. So kind of find out you had Crazy, who's already running the streets, and he was dangerous already in the streets of London. Big time drug dealer. You feel what I'm saying? Ran the streets. He taught Taser a lot too, more so like Taser big brother. And come to find out that Crazy had powers too, and he could absorb all the powers that everybody had. So whoever he came in contact with, and then use them against him. I'm not gonna lie, that might have been the second best character on there too, next to Michael controlling space, because it's like, yo, you come across Crazy, and if it would have flipped another type of way, you know what I'm saying, to be able to control that, and that ending would have been different too. It's like if he would have got control of Michael, it would have been over with. I'm talking about like way next, because then you touch Michael and then he can control space and time. It's no telling what he would have flashed back and did multiple times. Even with the scene that I loved, I liked the scene too. Even when Rodney had went into the back, like sped over to try to grab somebody's back pocket, and because he came in contact with him, touched him, he had the power of that super speed, and he ended up stabbing all of them. You know what I'm saying, killing everybody, and then going over to the car where Dion was at. Dion, you know what I'm saying, which is Michael's fiance, and she was in the car. And he had just, I'm not going to lie, this was a fire finale because it made sense. And then it rolled into a deeper element of now what the show going to have to be about. Because he had enough just to be able to set time back one more time to be able to kill Crazy and stop what was going to happen initially when Crazy had killed the whole crew. But he didn't have enough time to be able to stop him with to kill Dion because he stabbed him. He fell to the ground, and he went to, recover everybody, make sure everybody else was good. And then Crazy was able to get off one shot. But because Rodney used the super speed to try to push him out the way, that was their ultimate sacrifice. Rodney saved him to get out the way, but the bullet still ended up hitting the car and killing Dion. And it was just crazy, man, because the whole season, which made the show like even more dope, that he was trying to fight to be able to save Dion the whole entire time. But in the end, even though she didn't go out the same way that was pictured, you know what I'm saying, beforehand, or I feel like to a degree that was, whatever like dynamic of him trying to control the universe and the dynamic of whatever happened, it still happened. And I kind of thought about that in one part of the show because I was watching the show, y'all, and then like I think Spud that was like Rodney homeboy or something that he was living with. And he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, when you're using your powers, you know what I'm saying, like for the greater benefit of yourself, you got to be careful with that. Like, you sure that's what you want to do? And I kind of thought about that to a degree with Michael character. I was like, it makes sense, but they told him, like Michael's future self told him when he came into there, was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, you got to bring them together. You got to save the world and be able to save Dion. So I don't think that was more so about, the individual gain. It's just that even with him trying to control space and time to a degree, like it still happened with Dion. And then come to find out, everything overloaded to that degree now with all the other characters, with them having even a deeper element of going into another season. That's what made it fire. Because even with Dion being taken out at the end, I'm like, okay, now they even got a bigger reason and more of a reason for each individual character for them to team up together to now be able to, have a bigger purpose going to a new season. Michael want to avenge, Dion and get the real, in-depth story about what's really going on. What's this organization about? Because it's the lady that's behind it that was down there too as well. She ended up bringing Crazy back to the lab. And if y'all saw the end, she ended up killing Crazy because she gave him too many chances. He couldn't get it done. They be trying to, getting him back to the lab because I feel like there was maybe one of the strongest ones that they've been on the search for them and they couldn't find them. Sabrina's sister captured in the place now. So now she got to save him. You know what I'm saying? Same with Andre in the sense of you know, him dealing with the underground society too. You feel me as well because he was supposed to be working with them and now he betrayed them too to be able to help his friends again. You know what I'm saying? Rodney to try to get revenge too as well, or to find his purpose. Same with Tazar. I mean, even though I felt like Crazy is out the picture, Tazar still got to avenge the situation with his mother because that was his mother that was in the facility with Tazar, man. I mean, in the facility, not with Tazar, but that they killed in the beginning. He thought his mother had ran away and left. Come to find out, his mother had powers the whole time, and they was able to, capture her in there. So that whole element of the show really caught me by surprise, and it was dope because I like how it was in depth. You know what I'm saying? It was black superheroes. It was the strong meaning behind the show, and then each character had their own dope dynamic too. And I felt like that was the most creative I've seen in a lot of action shows or series in a long time because it made sense. It was like even if you looked at it on the surface level, it was a deeper level of the show altogether with the whole idea of the supercell and the meaning of the show and the finale and the beginning of it. And you know what I'm saying? The storyline between each character, it all tied in together for a bigger purpose. So even at the end when he was like, hey man, we're gonna get revenge on everybody. I'm gonna get the information that I need and we're gonna come back and lock in on this and you know what I'm saying, make everybody pay. It made sense. Because Crazy was only a low tier villain compared to everybody that was left. Ray was left. The head boss lady that's down there in the facility left too. The soldiers that's in the facility. You still got other, you know what I'm saying, people with powers too as well that's gonna try to stop them even coming to the next season. I'm here for it, y'all. I loved all the characters for real, man. And Sabrina's character was dope too. With the sister, they didn't even know that Sabrina had even powers. They thought it was a sister the whole time. Man, come on, man. Like that was a great show, y'all. So shouts out to Netflix for that one. You know what I'm saying? South London too, as well. You know what I'm saying? My peoples went out there. My parents that went out there too about a couple of months ago. To their dope. I definitely want to go there at some point. You know what I'm saying? To South London because I felt like it was a vibe. The show was a vibe overall, and really rock with that 100%, y'all. Coming up too as well that I've been paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to see how they're gonna piece this together, y'all. So if y'all know or you don't know, they bringing back a lot of classic shows, either in a different form or bringing back the classic show or a remake. Now with Fresh Prince of Bel Air, y'all know we got Bel Air back, which I felt like was fire because instead of the comedy aspect of it, we got the more drama filled part of it with, you know what I'm saying, Carlton, Will, everybody, man. Ashley, the whole crew. Like it was real fitting. Coco Jones been killing it on the show too as well. Like it was a whole different flip of the show and Bel Air works. 100%. Like it works. I don't even want to compare the two because Fresh Prince of Bel Air with Will Smith is a classic. Strongly from the comedy side of it. It was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, deep conversations in there too. And a lot of, meanings within certain episodes with Will and his pops, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different stuff. But I like the drama aspect with the flip, even how you got Jeffrey the Butler, you know what I'm saying, in the Bel Air version, more so like the strong arm, you know what I'm saying? And he got a lot of hidden secrets and stuff too. They flipped it well. Now, if y'all been paying attention to it, man, Martin. Martin now, they done announced a prequel to the series of Martin. I'm interested to see now how this is gonna play out because I will say this. Martin is a classic, man. One of my favorite shows for sure. I could binge watch it, watch multiple episodes over. Shouts out to the whole crew, the cast on there, everything. But that's a classic staple. And I understand maybe to the degree of not continuing it, you know what I'm saying, as a full-fledged adults. You know, everybody got different dynamics of how they life going, or you know what I'm saying, just the dynamic of like what that show with an older version of the show work nowadays. I get it's a lot of things that go into it, you know what I'm saying, when you're talking about TV now and you know, people really grasping on to a classic show like this, like would it work? The prequel makes sense. Now, as far as the cast who gonna be on it and how they gonna make it play out, I'm interested to see. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm interested to see. Because again, I gotta go back to that. When they did Bel Air was a hit. It made sense. Even with Will, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the infamous basketball scene and the way they flipped it in Bel Air and Buddy tried to shoot at him, you know what I'm saying? And he was on the run even, and how they got every different character now. From Jazzy Jeff to Uncle Phil and all them to Jeffrey, like it makes sense. The flip was perfectly done to the degree that it relates to the new generation too as well. It still got the essence of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the characteristics that was going on in the old show, but a balance of both generations. And I feel like that's probably what they finna do with Martin. And I'm not gonna knock it at all because I do want to see what they're gonna do. The prequel, I didn't expect the prequel. I thought that maybe to a degree that Martin was gonna do something to the degree of like what Fresh Prince did or Bel Air did. But again, you know, everybody's different. And you gotta remember Will Smith and Martin Lawrence close. So I feel like they had to have some type of conversation about it together to be like, hey man, I'm gonna push this idea to you. You let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? I brought the back to classic show of Fresh Prince of Bel Air turning into Bel Air. Let's see if we can do Martin and do the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? But maybe in a more drama field or more in a more different dynamic. So I'm curious to see that because it could work. Martin will always be a classic now for sure from the comedy aspect of it. Even if they get a prequel or the younger version of it, but I'm curious to know who would play Martin. Who's gonna play Martin? That's gonna be the interesting part. Martin, Gina, Pam. You know, like I'm Cole. I'm curious to know, man. Bruh, man. Like, and he's a lot of dynamic characters that he played too, man. So that I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how it's gonna play out to that degree, but I got hopes in it because, you know, with the right producers and with the right people, you know what I'm saying, developing everything, you never know. And it says Martin gonna executive produce too, y'all. I'm looking at it right here. Martin gonna executive produce, which, you know, the same thing with Will Smith when Will Smith was doing Bel Air, that he had a lot of insight on it too as well. So you never know. It's excitement in the air for that, y'all. So we gotta see, you know what I'm saying, how that's going to play out for sure. We're going to see how that's going to play out. Very much so. Want to know that, man. I've been heavy on the sports too as well. Y'all already know, man. Like I announced a couple of weeks ago, you know, Celtics is champions. Now we on the Team USA. Team USA, you know what I'm saying, looking real good too as well. The women and the men's. It's always dope, you know what I'm saying, this time around for the summertime. Summer League is in full effect. Shouts out to Bronny. Shouts out to all the draft picks, you know what I'm saying, out there too. It's been some great quality games in that Summer League. Really, you know, they begin to it because a lot of the players trying to make it to the league, trying to make it on rosters, even the ones that's guaranteed on the rosters, you feel what I'm saying, still trying to get a feel of, you know, everything that they got going on within the league, getting adjusted to the league, you know, getting their foot in the door, you know, athletically, financially, all of that. Just the experience that's going to come with being in the league for sure. So shouts out to that, man. And I'm really looking forward to this WNBA All Star game, y'all. Now I will say that I'm looking forward to this WNBA All Star game. WNBA All Stars is playing the USA women's team, which is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, fire, I feel like. And on top of that, with a lot of the hype that's been going around the rookies too, they both on that roster. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, you know what I'm saying? They got a great roster for the WNBA All Star team. Ulrika's on there too as well. Versus the USA team. I think this finna be fire. And we already been talking about, you know what I'm saying, how the attendance been going up, just how the attention been on the WNBA just as a whole. A lot of celebrities coming out, you know what I'm saying, the fan base. They getting a lot of nationally televised games on TV. This is gonna be on ABC, I believe, on the 20th of July. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be real entertaining. And the who's is definitely going to be there. Because at this point, WNBA finna be on a whole nother level. And this is when you catch the wave right here. It's the USA team, which a lot of people are locking in on that just for the United States as a whole. It's the WNBA All-Star tied in together too. And you got the rookie class that's leading the way. This is a superstar event right here. And if you know, you know what I'm saying, how this finna catapult the WNBA to a whole nother level. And I think it's gonna be real entertaining. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. You feel what I'm saying? For sure. So I'm gonna be tuned in for that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be tuned into that. It's gonna be a great game coming up. Good vibes, the whole nine. Y'all know what it's gonna be for sure. And shouts out to the 2K25 athletes, man. I'm curious to know what they add in the 2K25. I know we still like a couple of months away, but it was announced. Shout out to Jason Tatum. Shout out to Asia Wilson. You know what I'm saying? At this point right now, all the faces of, both leagues or becoming the face, you know what I'm saying, of both leagues. Asia Wilson been doing her thing for a while in the WNBA, been getting her just due. So, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Asia Wilson, still going strong, still being the elite player that she is. They coming off, you know what I'm saying, the championship, the whole nine, like Las Vegas Aces is the real deal. At some point, I'm waiting to see, when they're going to add on that NBA team over there too. Because I feel like ultimately that's going to be the space. I feel like ultimately what I think is going to happen is that they're going to get that expansion over there in LA. LeBron's going to retire by then. He's going to invest in that ownership of that team and, you know what I'm saying, become the owner of that team and begin to build a dynasty over there in Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas is next up for a lot of things when it comes to the sports world overall. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's high hopes for that all through and through. And I'm ready to see that. You feel what I'm saying? That's going to be real dope, real creative. So shouts out to them. Shouts out to Jason Tatum too, man. Definitely going to do his thing at the USA team, see if they run it back. It's been a lot of dope trades. It's been a lot of dope, you know what I'm saying, encounters with that with the USA team. And just seeing him on a little pod, on podcasts and stuff, talking about it too, man. I mean, he got his just due. You feel me? They've been running it back for multiple years, and they finally did it. And a lot of people don't understand on any level when you're trying to win a championship, whether it's college, professional, whatever the case may be, high school, it don't even matter, man. Pop Warner, you know what I'm saying? The AAU circuit, whatever. When you win and you become the top dog on there, man, it's hard to do. It's not easy for anybody to win the championship in anything. It's not. It take hard work, the grind, you know what I'm saying? You're going to go through obstacles, but the Boston Celtics pulled it out, man. Shouts out to the Boston Celtics, you know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum is Jason Tatum. And we're going to see how they go into this next season. And how I feel like they're going to dominate, you know what I'm saying, this Team USA circuit. Because at this point, to me, this like one of the best Team USA teams that people have wanted for the long time. I'm not saying just strictly off skill set, but like the value of these particular players playing together. And I felt like maybe a little more from before because we've had past teams, but this is that real deal of it. Even on the back end, you know what I'm saying, on that back end stretch, you know what I'm saying, we got KD, we got LeBron, we got Steph. Like, come on, man. Then you got Anthony Edwards, Halliburton, Anthony Davis. You feel what I'm saying? You got a lot of mix of the greats, the superstars, and up and coming stars too, with Tatum and all that too. It's gonna be dope. I'm ready to see that too when it really pick up. Shouts out to the women's team too as well. So we got a lot to look forward to in that for real, y'all. Guaranteed, man, for sure. I had a good conversation. I had one to have too with y'all, man. Too, man. Just when it comes to relationships, searching for love. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to trying to build with somebody, whatever the case may be, you could go through certain dynamics or certain situations that kind of alter your mentality a little bit, and you got to learn how to, you know, reprocess your thoughts, or sometimes, look for certain things like going into the future of it. I felt like I've always been a person that, you know what I'm saying, that was relationship based. And I've had my encounters, you know what I'm saying, within certain relationships to where sometimes if it didn't work, it just didn't work. Sometimes it did work. It was long enough and then, outgrew each other in some dynamics of where it just threw me for a loop. And if a lot of people know, you know what I'm saying, even from my past relationship, I had a certain perspective on certain things. You know what I'm saying? I had a certain direction and a certain view within my last relationship that I thought it was going to be on this so dynamic and, you know what I'm saying, powerful level. And you feel me, just this special connection to a degree. And at some stages of it, it was. But now I'm having to learn to reevaluate and look at things different in the future, which I'm not used to being in this space a lot, but it's helping me learn a lot of things. like solitude for me a lot, and not just being in another relationship or not just being in a certain dynamic. It's helping me learn a lot of things by myself. Because the one thing I think I never really did, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, was kind of shocked by this too as well, like just my friend circle, you know what I'm saying, family, all of that. I ain't never really just been in a space to kind of just date or, you know what I'm saying, be in a dynamic of really, you know, building with somebody to a degree. I've always been the person that if I've been in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing 100% of everything. I'm trying to make sure that my significant other, you know what I'm saying, that the woman that I'm with, I'm going above and beyond for, and in most cases losing sight of myself, you know what I'm saying, within a relationship, as far as like not doing things for myself either as well, or not understanding the dynamic of, you know what I'm saying, not just giving all 100% of myself, too early in it. And it's just something I'm learning to understand. And when it comes to the search of a lot of things, I see now it come with a lot of patience. You got to be patient. You got to value sometimes just conversation. You got to value sometimes just quality time. You got to value sometimes of just learning somebody, even to a degree, even if you're not just full fledged locked in with them. It's a challenge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, because I'm used to being a relationship type person. I'm used to having a woman, you know what I'm saying, most of the time, like in a full fledged relationship. But it's I'm learning a lot. You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to my daughter too as well, leaving the dynamic of that situation too, man, of having a daughter and the relationship and certain things still not working to that degree too, that I still have to put that in effect too, of knowing that. And it's challenging even with that. For anybody that knows, that's in any form of situations to where you know that you got a kid, you know what I'm saying, with someone, and the situation it's rocky to a degree, or it's challenging to try to navigate through certain things, or you see the vision in one way and they see it another way. It takes time with that too as well. And you can't put yourself in the space too of trying to be on this whole negative aspect, even though it's like it may be like that on other ends. Can't do it. I'm learning patience to a degree in certain things that I got to do as I'm navigating through it, and understand that when the time is right for me, with everything in my life that's supposed to align, and with everything that's going in the right direction, it's going to align just like it's supposed to align. You feel me? And I'm gonna grow from that. Like I was talking about it before, even economically, you know what I'm saying, even financially, you know what I'm saying, even with faith, even with just success and overall, I'm learning that everything is a process, and the direction of where I'm going, that everything don't come, you know what I'm saying, one, two, three. Everything don't come, you know what I'm saying, at the snap of a finger. It's a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, working as a machine behind the scenes for me, just in life, period. Like my life machine is working to try to put me in the best space of where I got to be at in life, or where I may see myself at, that I'm seeing like way higher than that too as well, that the patience of me getting there, because once I'm there, I'm going to be there. When they say, you know what I'm saying, appreciate the fruits of your labor too, man, like once I'm there in the space, I'm going to be there. And I've talked about that for the longest. It's been a struggle with a lot of things, but you got to stay down regardless. You got to stay down no matter what, because it ain't easy. You feel what I'm saying? The internet has show us that a lot of stuff is just quick pace. You can get this, do this, do this. You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle is this and everything, but it takes work in any space that you're in, man. From an athlete before, in the media space now, you know what I'm saying? From music, whatever the case may be, it takes work. Even with that being said, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the process of bringing y'all some new music as well. I know it's been a while with that. You feel what I'm saying? Great projects that I put out too as well, transition over into the media space, but I still got a love, you know what I'm saying, for the music in its entirety with that tool of enjoying and loving the music. So that it's important things that I still need to say. It's important ways that I still need to express sometimes that I may not even be able to. I don't even want to say be able to. I can express it on the pod, but do it more so in a creative way too, still through the music. And I feel like that's vitally important for y'all to be able to experience that with me still, you know? So two projects definitely in the works with that too as well, that I'm gonna definitely be putting out. You know what I'm saying? No specific date yet, piecing everything together, but I'm really feeling good about, you know, giving y'all some new, music content as well. Even show content, man. Shouts out to everybody too that's supporting the show, that want to come on to the show, man. It's a lot of people I know I'm trying to line up. I'm gonna definitely have a lot of people, incorporated on that too as well. I feel good about that, because the thing is, when y'all see my vision too, and when y'all appreciating the conversations that I'm having and the topics that I'm discussing and the guests that I have on here too, It's a great feeling. It's a good feeling to see that what I'm doing is making the impact that it should make. And it's not just about, you know what I'm saying, me getting something handed to me or having a silver spoon or being in a situation where I had certain resources. I built this from the ground up. Y'all already know before it was even popular like that to a degree when I started what I started, even trying to make a network and other stuff. Now I'm in that space of comfortability of just focusing on what I'm trying to build here, even for myself. Because I'm the pioneer. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it comes to what I'm trying to build or my vision of, you know what I'm saying, my level of success. And shouts out to everybody that I done came and passed with, you know what I'm saying, along the way on this journey. I appreciate it. You feel what I'm saying? That's the good part. And it makes sense, man. In business, in relationships, in friendships, in family, you know what I'm saying? The whole nine, like all those aspects is important. And I'm beginning to, you know what I'm saying, learn that. So shouts out to that, man. And at some point, you know, the right person that's supposed to be in my life and the right woman I'm supposed to connect with, you know what I'm saying, in that regard, and the right woman I'm gonna build with and, you know, for the marriage and more kids and other things that's gonna come. When the time is right for it to come and God align it, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there 100%. You feel what I'm saying? And in the meantime of that, you know, I gotta reflect. I gotta enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? I gotta you know, keep a peace of mind, even with myself too, not give too much of myself out, you know, in that regard until it's that right connection and understand that and build with that. You feel me? I feel like that's very important, man. And just keep you know, keep building on my creativity, man. Creativity with everything. I feel like because we in a world now to where every aspect of everything is on some form of creativity, from the food to the fashion to the music to the entrepreneurship. Like every creativity is at an all time high, y'all. Like prime example, if y'all go out now compared to before, man, you had fast food places that was probably, you know, they had a little dope menu, whatever the case may be. And you know what I'm saying? If you was a regular at a certain spot that you like, maybe a Chick-fil-A, Burger King, Subway, Chipotle, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? You had your steady flow of like what you was eating. Now, bro, they dropping new stuff literally like every week. You got fast food restaurants and restaurants dropping new shit out here now, it's like dropping a new pair of shoes. Like we doing shoe releases. Literally everybody. If y'all seen, you know what I'm saying, and everybody implementing other people's ideas, like the Wendy's, the Zaxby's, all of these spots, they dropping literally new ideas every time for somebody to try. I think the newest thing I saw on there was like the banana pudding little cups in a jar or something like that at Zaxby's, and like the fried cheesecake bites. Not gonna lie, that do sound fire. I'm not even finna lie to y'all, bro. That sounds fire for real. And then I follow this dude on Instagram too that always be doing like talking about the new drops at certain places, whether it's like candy, food, fast food, you know what I'm saying, sweets, whatever the case may be. Like it's cool to see how creative they be, even in other countries, man. The other countries really be killing us with the ideas more. And I think we be being creative, but I be seeing some of the like snacks and you know what I'm saying, different stuff in other countries, and I be like, yo, that creativity is through the roof, literally. And I'm like, it's like we implementing new ideas on the back end, but you know what I'm saying? It's cool to be able to see certain things. Like I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to her mama too. You know, she be sending me like little videos with like little creative things too as well. Like it was I think of like a pizza pasta, look fire. Zucchini, like little pizza rolls too with the zucchini and cheese instead. That was fire. A taco pasta, like it's so many creative little things I be seeing on here that I want to try, that I want to get creative in that pocket too, because I do like to be in the kitchen too, y'all. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Parents definitely showed me, you know what I'm saying, how to get right in the kitchen too as well with certain things, certain essential stuff. Because I feel like now I'm really in a space to where like I got all the little gadgets and certain stuff too. So I kind of like the, you know what I'm saying, piece meals together. Like no matter what, man, if I, you know what I'm saying, at my grandma's house too as well to help her with some stuff, or my grandma throw down in the kitchen too as well. The spaghetti squash, that's another dope one I saw y'all that I'm looking to try too at some point. The spaghetti squash do look real creative. I think it was like they put it in the oven, you know, scrape the squash like in noodles or whatnot with the meat and stuff like that. That's fire. So I'm definitely finna be trying that one very soon, y'all. I'm not even finna lie to y'all for real. I'm gonna be trying that one. A new way to do the chicken parm I seen, like the sheet pan bowl. Look like I think the lady like had the ground turkey, the mushrooms, the asparagus, everything like in the little sheet pan. And the air fryer is fire. You feel what I'm saying? Air fryer is like one of the best creations I feel like they've came out with in a while, y'all. Much needed. You feel what I'm saying? Can't knock it at all. Not gonna knock it. You feel what I'm saying? And shouts out to what's his name? Air Fryer Poppy. That's who it is, y'all. Let me look it up real quick. It's Air Fryer Poppy, man. I think on Instagram, man. This man might be the most creative for real, y'all, when it comes to ideas in air fry. I don't think it's nothing that this man can't make in air fry. Like, let's be for real, y'all. You would think that it's limitations on it. No, it's not. And I see why like the air fryers got so many functions. I think even the one I had or like that I got like six, seven, eight functions on it, you know what I'm saying? And you wonder like, well, what does it all do? Everything. Literally. This man that made the cilantro rice in there. You can make the rice in there. You can make, I think what it was, monkey bread in there. Just to name a few things. Full pizzas in there, baking cookies in there. Of course, you can do that, but like it's real creative. You feel what I'm saying? Like everything. Breakfast in there, lunch, dinner in there, salads, burrito tacos. I'm talking about the man has made almost everything. Sweet potato, marshmallow, man, I mean, just the name. I'm literally on the page right now, y'all. Like the man makes everything in the air fryer. That might be the most clutch item produced. Period. You know what I'm saying? Whoever came up with the air fryer idea, shouts out to you. It's efficient. It's quality. It works. You know what I'm saying? Easy cleanup. The whole nine. If you don't got one still to this day, you need to get one. If you do got one, hey, use that bad boy to the fullest. Be as creative as you can with the air fryer because the possibilities are endless. You know what I'm saying? And I'm enjoying that, man. So I'm gonna try some new ideas. I'm gonna try some new recipes and stuff too as well because I want to get creative with that, man. Oh, another thing too, real quick, my bad. They kind of go back to that show in a minute. I started watching Receivers too. Um, so I'm gonna finish that up. If y'all know, then y'all know, especially on Netflix. If y'all been watching it, they had the quarterback one before. I like when they show the real life of people on certain levels. Whether you're an athlete, an actor, whatever the case may be, you still a human being at the end of the day. So George Kittle, Debo Samuels, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams on there, I believe. I think that's Amon St. Brown. You feel what I'm saying? Just their journey and stuff off the field. I like to see it. Like I just watched the one earlier with James Wiseman, man. You know the like one of the lottery picks that just had got drafted like a couple of years back, man, from the Golden State Warriors. Just seeing like the behind the scenes of it, that's dope to see. You feel me? Because we only see people like on the surface of like, okay, they just in the movie or they just athlete. That behind the scenes story of like how they, you know what I'm saying, how the workouts be, they diet plan, you know what I'm saying, how they live a regular life. It's cool to see it, man. That's the one thing about the internet and one thing about the YouTube spaces is to be able to be creative in that aspect, to be able to show other elements of you aside from what people just see on the surface. It's cool to be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? I rock with it 100% for sure, man. So I'm gonna finish that up. Receivers definitely got to finish that up. Like I said, new music too as well on the way. Getting into space with that, as y'all can see, man. I cut the mood lights on, cut the aesthetic on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, no matter where I'm at, it don't even matter. Like even if I'm, even when I was at the studio heavy, man, I need a certain light space. I need a certain space of just like the zone out and lock in to just create the artwork, man, to create the music, the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? I at some point I should have been a ghostwriter, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, but I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? The creativity flow, the wordplay, all of that. Like that's the one thing I was blessed with too as well. So shouts out to that, man. Shouts out to my boy Sari Hayes too, man. Finally got back out there and hooped. It's been a minute. And when I say it's been a minute, man, like I felt it, but it was good to be back out there. If y'all know, then y'all know, man. Once an athlete, always an athlete. You feel me? So definitely got some doves out there, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely felt it weighing on me. And we was outside too. I don't even remember the last time I hooped outside like that. Man, don't play with it. Don't play with it, man. 95 degrees plus for sure, I know. You know what I'm saying? Definitely I know, but I mean I had to get it in on the court, man. You know what I'm saying? Shoot around, still get to the basket, still got the moves and all that too as well, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just some more you gotta be a little more control, I would say. You gotta be a little more strategic, like the older that you get. You feel what I'm saying? So like kind of planning out my moves and certain stuff. But it was real fun to get out there. So definitely consistently getting back on that court too, to be back on that court. Because if y'all know, you know what I'm saying, that boy's the real deal ski, you feel me? Good shooting guard vibes, you know what I'm saying? Good shot. It was on double rim too, so I ain't even gonna lie. Double rim did create a little challenge for me, but I like that though. You know what I'm saying? I need a little challenge for me to go back out there. It's been a while. Play on the double rim, get my shots up, push myself to a degree. Got winded real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like a game or so in, but I mean, hey, that's a part of it, you know. Revamping, getting back into that space, man, because I still love the hoop. And if you know, man. You know what I'm saying? So definitely gonna be doing that, you know, soon enough too as well, getting back out there on the court. Looking forward to that 100%. Um just balancing everything out, man. Enjoying life, living a good life, you know what I'm saying? Prayers for everybody out there that's going through some things right now, that's trying to fight through financially, spiritually, emotionally, whatever the case may be. Stay positive, stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? God got it at all times. Even if you in the midst of turmoil, even if you got obstacles ahead of you, even when you got a lot going on, no matter what. That's the same perspective I take right now, even with what I got going on behind the scenes, man. God got it at all times, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma say, stay prayed up every time. Pray about it every day about what you're going through, whether it's praying for good or praying to come out of something or praying to, you know what I'm saying, elevate to something. Got to keep that, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, man, for another episode. It is your boy, Treble J. Catch me over on YouTube. You already know what it is. Devoted Dreamers with a Z. Catch the audio over on Spotify, man. Time Out with Trouble on Spotify. Catch the clips, man, over at TikTok, man. Devoted Dreamers with a Z and a 5. Y'all already know what it is, man. We back again. Here to stay. Locking in, man. Until next time, man. Good vibes. Y'all already know what it is, man.